What's up guys, HOTSHOTFRONTIER back at it again with another video, and in this video I'm proud to show you my Eldlich deck profile post Banlist, and of course Eldlich still has a lot in store for the meta. But before we get started, huge shout out to my video I did on Thursday. I did a meta tier list post Banlist. Definitely go ahead and check it out, and of course subscribe to the channel for more content. And finally, if you guys do want to see a White Woods version of Eldlich, let me know down below in the comment section. But alright, let's get started with the main deck. And we are of course playing 40 cards and starting off with 3 of the Golden Boy himself. Now I know off the bat you guys are like, why are you running it at 3? It's better at 2. But listen, right? If I run it at 2, let's say people are still playing Bestials, so they'll go Magnaboot, take 1 for me, and then go ahead, Drius Worm, take away the other. You know, I feel like it's better at 3. And there are a lot of ways to actually consistently get to Eldlich, which is great in the deck. But that is not the only monster we are playing. We are, of course, running 2 copies of Lord of the Heavenly Prison. You guys know it's pretty standard, protects your back rows. Its back row is pretty good. It's a pretty good card to have in any trap-based deck. Moving on to the rest of the Eldlich engine, we are, of course, running 3 copies of Cursed Outland because it's just so important in the deck. Past that, we are running 3 copies of the Sanguine, 3 of the Conquistador, and of course 2 Aquero. So it's perfect because this is the great ratio. When you have Eldlich on board, you can summon this as a monster, target a face-up card, destroy it, and then with Aquero you can banish something from the opponent's graveyard, either graveyard really, but they're great cards to have. You really want to have the consistency of 3 and 2. 3 of this would be too much, and then of course the Eldlich traps in grave will go ahead and banish themselves to actually get more interaction too. So that's the whole thing with the deck. It's really good. I think this is the perfect ratio you want to run with any Eldlich build. Now moving on to the spell cards we play, which we play very few with the deck, but let me show you guys what we have. We have 3 copies of Pot of Extravagance, of course, with the 1 Call by the Grave. I've always preferred Extravagance over Prosperity, just because let's say you're trying to go for game that turn, you know, it would be harder with Prosperity. We're not playing Tempai, of course, but Extravagance is always solid. And I think you might as well just go with this. And of course, don't be worried about not getting into anything, because at the end of the day, you will most likely just go draw 5, set 5, end your turn, which is great. So let's go into the, of course, core trap cards for the deck, and that is 3 legendary cards that you have to play, 1 skill drain, 1 goes in match, and 1 rivalry of warlord. So as you guys know, of course, this recently got hit to 1, and these 2 got hit to 1 a while back, but you still have to play them. They're insane. You know, you could definitely have this out with Eldlich on board and you're still good. Won't be able to activate the trap card effects, but hey, you'll still have a huge beater of a monster. And then of course, these are more situational to what your situation currently is. Now, going on to the further trap cards with the deck, we have to play 3-dimensional barrier. This is mandatory, non-negotiable. It did not get hit on the ban list, and it's an insane card that can stop any strategy. You have to play that at 3. Next up, we have our Destructed Daruma Karma Cannon. Pretty broken, Moon, and a trap card. Honestly, I think it's really good, and it's a good stall card as well to stop your opponent from comboing. Next up, we do have 3 Torrential Tribute. Very important as well. You can actually go ahead and trigger your own Torrential Tribute. You don't have to wait for your opponent, which is great. Now, one of the most important trap cards, we have Solemn Judgment. In a previous build, I actually had this in the side deck to test it out, but personally, it's always better in the main. You want to just put it in the main deck. It's great to stop, you know, your back row removal, any important cards that your opponent is trying to pop off with their combos. Immediately say no to that. You can really afford the hit as well, so don't worry about that to your life points. Next up, we do have Ice Dragon's Prison. Really still relevant in the meta. And then finally, 2 Dogmatica Punishment. This could be up to 3, but we do play something else in the side deck, which you guys will see, and the reason why we're still fine with this at 2. But that is it for the main deck. Again, we are playing 40 cards, which is great. I didn't want to go over because, of course, consistency reasons. But let's get straight into the extra deck. Now, extra deck is a little more complicated, but we'll go over it. We have 3 Entis. We have 2 Resonant Life Gururas, 1 Malong, 1 Agnister, and 1 Arms. So these are all of your punishment targets, of course, as you guys know, because this will get sent to grave. You can destroy something, you'll be able to draw. This will actually spin something back to the hand, and then this will actually spin something back to the deck. while Arms is great because it has 3500 attack. So if there's something that's a little bit higher than the rest of them, you can go ahead and send your Arms to grave, and that'll be pretty good. And again, Punishment is just a great trap card because you'll also be able to destroy something while also getting additional effects off of these guys. But these are pretty much the standard targets when it comes to Punishment. Now moving on to the rest of the extra deck, we play one Pleiades, of course, because you can go into it with the trap cards. You have the one Gustav Max. I didn't play the rank up, but you can find room for that as well and play that here. But it's good for, you know, killing your opponent with the remainder by dealing 2000 to them. One Zeus, because you can rank up with the Pleiades. Superstar Slayer, always great in a situation. Two Link Spider, and then finally one Little Knight, because of course, why not? You could play it, go with the trap cards. You definitely want to use, go into Link Spider with them, put them in grave so you can activate their effects in the end phase. You can go for two of them, and then take both of them, go into your Little Knight, or take this in Eldlich, however you want, but that's pretty much how you do make it. I did want to play Chaos Angel. I couldn't find my single copy, but I would recommend you guys play 2 copies of Chaos Angel because you can easily make it by taking 2 of your trap cards, of your Eldlich trap cards, and going straight into it, because as you guys know, you don't need a tuner to go into Chaos Angel. So you can pretty much just take any 2 of them and then make Chaos Angel, and of course, I believe you get the banishment effect on summon. So that's something to actually note as well. But that is it for the extra deck. Moving on to the side deck, we played 3 copies of Inspector Border. Honestly, this card is OG. A lot of people still don't know what this card does, and that is just amazing to me. The fact that you can normal summon this, set 4, that's the perfect way you can start a turn. Pretty much you can only activate effects based on the amount of extra deck monsters types on the field, right? Or even a ritual that counts as a type. So let's say there's a fusion, everyone can activate 1 effect. If it's more than that, of course, different types, you can activate more effects, but it's pretty broken. It's 2000 attack, 2000 defense. I've always loved this card since like 2018. But next up, we do have Lava Golem. Pretty broken, of course, playing a trap-based strategy. We want to get rid of our opponent's cards and also burn them at the same time. We do have 3 copies of Dimensional Shifter because why not? It's broken, and again, we can just set 4, Dimension Shifter them, and that's it. Moving on, we do have 2 copies of Dogwood because if we're going to burn our opponent, we might as well gain some life in the process. And then we do have our last 3 of, which is the Ultimate Slayer. Again, this is great with the Dogmatic Punishment because going, offensively, you can go ahead and send something based on the type that they do control. And if you are successful, of course, you can get that additional effect off, like I said. And it's a send effect too, and your opponent can't respond with monster effects. So it's a great card that I think that people have not been using for a long time, and it's definitely underestimated. And then finally, our 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster, because we like to put back row, we don't like back row, okay? That's how you remember that. But guys, that is it for the Eldlich deck profile post Banlist. I'm really excited to do more testing with this. Just a few notes. I will say that if you can, try to add the Mole Charming Polaria in here because it's great just to reshuffle your hand and get the best hand traps ready for the current situation you're currently going in. We didn't add any hand traps. There was a version where I did add hand traps like Infinite Impermanence and of course Ash Blossom. But personally, I think you can just go full trap cards and just go standard Eldlich. I'm really excited to see if you guys do want to see a Whitewood's version of Eldlich because I've always heard that it's a very, very good variant for Eldlich. But guys, if you did like the video, make sure to give it a huge like, comment down below your thoughts on the deck profile, and of course, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so you're updated the moment I upload new videos. But alright guys, that's it for me. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.